The final checks before the big acceleration. On to Mach 2, the muzzle velocity of a rifle.
10, 9,
Captain, as you notice, we're coming up to twice the speed of sound.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a one-of-a-kind supersonic plane. Wait, hold up, let's rewind. "20 years ago, you could fly in a plane going faster than the speed of sound. Why can't you do that now?" This supersonic plane, the Concorde, could fly from New York to London in 3.5 hours, and it was so cool. It flew at an altitude so high that you could see the curvature of the Earth, all while popping champagne. But then, that all changed.
The Concorde is no more.
The world's most prestigious aircraft crashes. More than 100 people are dead.
These planes stopped flying, and we never made any more planes like them. People were so scared flying that Concorde was flying almost empty. But what happened to supersonic flight? And more importantly, can we bring it back? Well, if you ask NASA, the answer is yes. This is the X-59, NASA's plan to bring back commercial supersonic flight. But before we get into that, we need to understand what going supersonic means. Listen to this. Let me play it again. When an aircraft is flying, its sound waves around it stay nested within it until it reaches supersonic, which is about 768 miles per hour. Then the aircraft overtakes the sound waves, and the sound waves have nowhere to go, so it creates what's called a Mach cone. But the sonic booms of the Concorde were annoying people, so the FAA decided to ban the use of supersonic flight over populated areas, making Concorde routes only over the ocean, which made it harder to change flight paths. And the fuel-guzzling engines and the rising cost of fuel led to the deadly Concorde crash in 2000, so Air France decided to retire the Concorde, soon followed by British Airways. Concorde's technology was way ahead of its time, but there was one obstacle that it couldn't overcome: the sonic boom. But what if you could get rid of the sonic boom? Well, that's what NASA is trying to do. The X-59 is NASA's attempt to fix the boom problem. It's a single-seat jet that can travel at 925 miles per hour, or 1.4 times the speed of sound. And it's engineered to prove that supersonic travel can be quiet. NASA has kept some of the original designs from Concorde, such as the delta wings, streamlined body, and long pointed nose, but the nose is much longer. The only problem is the nose doesn't move, which means the pilot can't see outside, so NASA's way of fixing that is to install a camera just in front of the cockpit that sends a live video feed of outside of the aircraft to the pilot. The X-59's design makes the airflow above the plane, keeping the sonic boom above and away from land and people, and the T-tail at the back cancels any excess sonic booms created. This technique of moving sonic booms can help everybody, from the people on the ground to companies wanting to buy the plane. This design can really change aviation history.
It's 20 years now since Concorde last flew, and I really do believe there will be another supersonic airliner offering supersonic travel to the general public in the not too distant future.
The future is so bright and it's so achievable. Like, I know that sounds like a cliche, but you can see it.